night, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have two basketball games on tap tonight. We have number 4 the Arizona Wildcats against the number 3 UConn Huskies, and then the number 11 Alabama Crimson Tide against the number 8 Illinois Fighting Illini. My name is Brett Alt. I will be your announcer and sidekick for the the gamecast tonight. So let's give it up for the main man, the announcer, the howler from Knoxville, Tennessee, Wolfie.
Hello, everybody. All right. So, I did have a little bit of a late start. I did have some technical issues, but we're going now. Um, it looks like Arizona's already taken the 4-0 lead. Um, just trying to figure out where everybody is here. Looks like Arizona's already got a foul. Both teams still have all their timeouts. It's number 3 UConn versus number 4 Arizona. And it's in Connecticut. Let's see here.
Want me to give a quick score update because there's one game that's going on right now.
You can go ahead real quick.
This score update is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Number 7 Michigan is facing Middle Tennessee with 3:54 left in the first half. Number 7 Michigan 25, Middle Tennessee 24. Wolfie, back to you.
All right. So apparently they were reviewing something at the desk, and apparently there was a foul, a technical foul on the play, and we got his name's Reeve, and he's from Nova Scotia, number 12. He's 1 for 1 on the shots for UConn. Arizona's up 4-3. All right, UConn inbounding. Passed in to Stewart. Stewart trying to drive in. Turnaround jumper, no good. Arizona basketball rebounded by uh uh Karchinkov. He's from um Singal. I'm not really sure where that's at, but if y'all know your geography, he's from Singal. Del Orso with the shot for Arizona, number 3, Anthony Del Orso. Missed. Back to Connecticut. UConn's Silas uh, Deem for the 3. Fouled on the play. Missed. Rebounded. Shot by Ball. Solo Ball is his name. Number 1. Went up for a 3. Fouled on the play. First free throw good. Second one also good. UConn now has the lead 5-4. One more free throw coming. And in. UConn takes the lead 6-4. Arizona setting up the offense. Passing around, trying to find an opening. Number 10, Pete. Ford, number 10, drives in, tries to get the layup, fouled on the play. Somehow it was deemed as a non-shooting foul, so it's an inbound by Arizona. Trying to find an opening underneath to Kirchikov for the lay-in there. His number is 8. All right, UConn driving in and stolen by Jaden Bradley. Going up for the layup and fouled on the play. And this is a shooting foul, and it looks like Arizona will be going to the line. Game tied at 6. First shot missed. And second shot in. Arizona retakes the lead. Hello, Nightmare Freddy. Hi, Chrissy. UConn setting up. Driving in. Missed back to Arizona. UConn presenting the man-to-man defense right now. Arizona trying to set up. Setting the pick. Driving in. Bradley with the turnaround jumper. Missed. Rebounded by Arizona. Number 13. Krivis. And laid in for 2. Making it 9-6. Arizona. UConn jumper for the 3 missed. Back to Arizona. Kirchhoff missed. Back to UConn. UConn driving. Straight to the hoop. Lay in for number 2, Silas Dim. Score 9-8. Arizona as Arizona sets up their offense. Trying to find the open 3. Kirchhoff shoots, misses. Rebounded by Arizona. Kirchhoff goes back again for the 3 and drains it. Score now 12-8. Arizona. Currently, Arizona has 2 fouls. UConn has 3 fouls. Arizona showing pressure defense, but left the player wide open on the corner. But missed, and that was Braden Mullins that went for the three, number 24. And we're getting a bit of a scuffle, and it looks like Arizona calls timeout on the floor. 13:47 to go in the half. And Arizona has the lead 12-8, and we are officially on commercial. Brett, let's see what scores we got going on here.
All right, the scores and news update is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout by using the code SportsWithWolfie. Again, save 10% on your order at checkout by using the code SportsWithWolfie when you buy Dubby. With 1:13 left in the first quarter, number 7 Michigan leads Middle Tennessee 31-27. In NFL news, Lamar Jackson is injured again. This time he's injured with an ankle injury. So the way it sounded, he may not. So it may sound like he may not play on Sunday. So that's the latest news. And with that, um, Aaron Rodgers says playing status will be a safety thing. So we don't know about that. There's
We
exit.
do we do know that he does not have to have surgery on his wrist, so he is probable for Sunday.
And then in the world of college football, there was exit talk about Steve Sarkisian, and Sarkisian says, "I'm not going anywhere." So that's the sports and news again, brought to you by our friends at Dubby. Wolfie, back to you.
All right, so a little bit of insight going on in the world of college football, not only just in the Sarkisian world, but in the Lane Kiffin world. Apparently, the contract is all but signed at Gainesville. Him and family was seen in Gainesville the other day. And apparently, the only thing that they're waiting on, according to the Ole Miss pages, is a contract extension offer presented by Ole Miss. And apparently, there's some type of money in the works. And anybody that knows Lane Kiffin, apparently, it's always about the money for him. So we'll see what happens.
But
And Chrissy, for it being midway through the first half, 3 and 4 fouls is kind of high, but it's actually still kind of normal. To be in the bonus, you have to be up over 7 fouls, and then you're automatically going to the free throw line. So, you're kind of mid range right now.
thanks for the compliment, Chrissy. Just doing my job, even though Wolfie doesn't pay me for it.
Hey, you never know if we get if y'all keep on subscribing and sending followers our way, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I think your game's back on, bro.
Yeah, Arizona tried to lay in, missed, and UConn's is currently driving back up to court. Trying to find the open J and in by solo ball, 3-pointer by solo, making the score 14-11.
Hey, Diamond Art
Arizona.
Queen.
Hi, Cassie. Arizona driving in, passes it back out. UConn presenting pressure and left. Del Orso wide open to go in for the jammer, and he missed. UConn basketball. UConn's trying to set up offense. Man, he's wide open for the three, but he's choosing to set up the offense. Ball comes around, post up, and scores for now 14-13 Arizona. UConn's home court advantage is starting to play effect here. Arizona drives in, gets blocked by Reed. And they go in for the layup, and it gets tipped off, and it looked like it went out of the bounds by Arizona, but the referee's giving the possession to Arizona instead. Not really sure what happened there. Evidently, they're going to review it right quick. It's going to commercial again. And if anybody hasn't yet, please hit the like and subscribe. It is appreciated. Share us out. It brings in more followers. And you can share this out on multiple platforms, including Facebook and all that. So just be sure to copy down the stream link and just share it out accordingly from there. It is appreciated.
Looks like you're in a. Looks like you're in a. Looks like an official TV timeout on your end.
There is.
All right. With that being said, I'll give a little update. With pretty much halftime or close to it, with 1 second left in the first half. Number 7 Michigan 36 and Middle Tennessee 29. In our GameCast game, number 4 Arizona 14, number 3 UConn 13. We have 2 college football games tonight in the MAC conference. We have the Miami, Ohio Redhawks and the Buffalo Bulls, which are tied up at 0 right now. And also tonight are the Central Michigan Chippewas at the Kent State Golden Flashes. Right now it's Central Michigan 7, Kent State nothing. So those are your updates. Back to you, Wolf.
All right. In college basketball news, you got Michigan playing Middle Tennessee State. Not really a close matchup there. Michigan's leading 36-22.
We do have a halftime score now. At the end of the first half, number 7 Michigan 30, Middle Tennessee. No, number 7 Michigan 36, Middle Tennessee 30. My bad.
Okay, so ESPN hasn't updated their system yet. So I'll definitely leave the score updates up to you there, Brett.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so for field goal percentages, not a very great start for UConn tonight. They started 2 for 10, but since they're 2 for 3. All right, it looks like Arizona's going big right now. They've got Toby Awaka in at Ford. And they got looks like they got Del Orso, which Del Orso just ran in for a layup, missed. Rebounded by Arizona, but a foul on Arizona gives it back to UConn. Ball passes to Malcolm Smith. Back to ball. Ball drives in, layup, and in. Makes it 15-14 UConn. Arizona has a wide open shot by Bradley, 4-3, and it's in. Arizona jumps back up 17-15. 10:58 to go in the first half. Smith trying to find an open lane, driving in, and it is tipped. Goes out of bounds. Referee's not throwing up the signal as to who has possession. All right, it's still UConn possession. UConn's fixing the inbound from underneath. Ball inbounds to Smith. Smith driving in, passes it over the number 4, Dwayne Karoma. And the shot was blocked but fouled. So Karoma's to the line for 2. Missed the first shot. Second shot pending. And shot missed. Rebounded by Arizona. Arizona setting the pick was not successful, but still trying to drive in. Bradley passes out to Del Orso. Del Orso driving around to the corner. And we have a shot clock violation. They ran out of time. So the possession goes back to Arizona. I'm sorry, it goes back to UConn. I'm sorry. I'm getting my uniforms confused. Usually UConn goes with the red lettering and blue uniforms. I'm not used to seeing them wearing white. Okay, let's see here. All right, so now UConn is driving. Open 3 in the corner, missed. Arizona rebounds. Bradley driving in for the layup. Missed, but fouled on the play. Bradley goes to the line. UConn has 5 fouls so far. Arizona has 4. First shot in. Next shot pending. Jaden Bradley so far for the game has 7 points, 2 for 4 on field goals. And free throw in. Score is now 19-15 Arizona. All right, Silas Dim passes it over to Ball. Ball trying to drive in, passes it back out for a 3 and in by number 3, Jalen Stewart. Arizona driving and stolen by UConn. UConn going in for the dunk and blocked by Arizona. But UConn retains possession, trying to set up their offense, and fouled on the play. UConn inbounds, passes over to Ball. Ball trying to set up a shot, couldn't get anything. Passes over to Stewart. Stewart goes for the 3. They said he was on the line, so UConn only got 2 there. It's now 20-19 UConn. Arizona trying to set up their offense. Drives in and scores by Braden Burries on the play, making it 21-20. Both teams have 5 fouls. 2 fouls away from bonus. UConn setting up the 3. Missed by Stewart. And rebounded by UConn. Ball passes over to Dim. And Dim lays it in for the 2. Making it UConn 22-21. Arizona trying to move fast here, trying to drive in. Scores by Del Orso, number 3. Score now 23-22. 6:59 to go in the first half. UConn trying to take it a little bit slower this time. Oh, he almost lost the dribble right there. Retained possession. Smith trying to set it up. Passes the ball. Goes for the 3. And missed. And he thought he was fouled on the play there. But they didn't call it. So it will be Arizona basketball when we come back from the commercial break. Brett, what do we got going on?
Well, the only score right now we have is at halftime, with number 7 Michigan leading Middle Tennessee 36-30. That's the only thing we have right now in basketball. Anyway, I want to use this time to make a kind of like a little in-game advertisement. Have you ever wondered what us guys are thinking when it comes to football? What we're really thinking? Have you ever thought about, like, I wonder what 5 hooligans or 4 hooligans and a stat man have in common? Well, they're on the Football Pick'em show on Tuesday afternoons on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Join Wolfie, myself, our stat man Jeff Alt, and our some of our other panelists, including Papa Smurf, D-Man, and Teddy, as we review and go over the football picks from college football and NFL the previous week, and we give our picks for college football and NFL this week. Remember, this is the Football Pick'em show, Tuesday afternoons on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Also, tonight's Gamecast is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code SPORTSWITHWolfie. Again, save 10% on your order by using the code SPORTSWITHWolfie when you shop for products by Dubby. Wolfie, with that, back to you.
All right, Brett. Thank you. Yes, Dovey. The link is in the description. Once you make your selections, use that coupon code Sports with Wolfie. and you'll receive that 10% off.
What's up, text guy?
Hey, Tex Guy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we're still in the timeout. I was gonna say, so that because I know the last game cast I did, you said I sounded pretty tired, so this time I actually prepped. I actually bought some Monster Energy, so I'm pretty wired for the game cast tonight.
All right. Well, just kind of give everybody a heads up on how it's gonna play out tonight. We're doing the play-by-play for the main game, number 4 Arizona versus number 3 UConn, which is in the first half currently. Afterwards, we will stick around for a little bit of the next game, which is Alabama. Who did
And
I say that they
Illinois.
were playing? Illinois. That's right. The Fighting Illini.
The game is at the
Um,
United Center.
but that one will not be a play-by-play. It will just be more of a sit and talk type deal. Um, because I'll be honest, with the technical difficulties, I didn't have as much time to prepare for tonight. I got the player names and able to do the play-by-play for this game, but next game it's not going to be so pretty. So we're just going to talk about it.
All right, looks like your game's back on, bro.
Indeed, we have Arizona driving down the court ahead 23-22. Del Orso trying to set up the shot, misses, and looks like last touch by UConn as it goes out of bounds, so it should retain possession to Arizona. Referees are deliberating. 6:24 to go in the first half. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It did remain Arizona's possession. Trying to set up the inside look and driven in. Tipped off the rim and rebounded by Arizona's Krivis, so Arizona still retains possession while UConn fouls on the play. And it sends Montagious Krivis to the free throw line for 2. And before anybody asks, I do not know where this boy is from. I think it's from Croatia, but I could be wrong.
So don't quote him. Right, Wolf?
That is correct. I'm doing good enough to say his name. We'll leave it at that. All
Fair
right.
enough.
So Arizona's up by 2 now, 24-22. Arizona is now in the bonus when it comes to foul. So anytime that they're fouled, they will be going to the free throw line for the remainder of the half. All right, UConn was driving. It went out of bounds, caused by Arizona, so they're inbounding on their side of the court. Number 11 is Karubu or Karabu. Try saying that 5 times fast.
No thanks.
Uh, and then it was passed in to Jacob Ross. And tipped by Arizona, went back out of bounds, and it is still UConn basketball. UConn inbounds it from underneath the Dim. Tries to lay it up, blocked by Arizona, and Arizona takes possession. open three available, missed by Jaden Bradley. And UConn drives, and it looks like Arizona gets charged with a blocking foul. Foul on Del Orso. Inbound from underneath. Number 12 with the layup and in by Riri. Score tied at 24, 5 minutes to go in the first half. 20 seconds on the shot clock, and fouled by UConn. Ball that sends Arizona to the line for two. Well, it'll be a 1-and-1, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Jaden Bradley to the line. He has 8 points, 2 for 4 on field goals. He's currently 100% on free throws. First shot in. Second one pending. Solo ball for UConn, has 2 fouls already for the game and is currently on the bench. All right, so the second shot in. By Bradley. And he remains perfect on free throws. UConn trying to set up offense. Arizona in pressure man defense. Riri left open and slams it home with the slam dunk, making it 26-26. Arizona trying to find the open man. Passes underneath. Finds the opening and laid in by number 10, Rajon Elijah. Elezaj. Again, if you know the language and familiar with how it's pronunciated, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. All right, Arizona up 29-26. UConn driving. Trying to find the gap, trying to set the pick, no good. Still under pressure. Driving in with 10 on the shot clock. Find an open man in the corner for the three. Jaden Stewart for the three-pointer, making it 29-29 again. All right, so we got a tie ball game with 3 minutes to go. And we have a foul by UConn, which is going to send Arizona to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. And there is timeout on the court as we go to commercial break.
All right.
Hi, Melissa.
Hello there, Melissa. This score update is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description of this video after the game cast. So make sure to follow that link and save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Dubby. Number 7, Michigan 47, Middle Tennessee 34, with 10:40 with 16:48 left in the second period. There's your update, Wolf.
All right, let's throw them a little bit of football information for college football because there is a college football game on. You got Central Michigan in the MAC conference taking on Kent State. They're leading 14 to nothing, and Miami of Ohio taking on Buffalo, as Brett has mentioned, and Buffalo's up by 3.
Yep, I was just getting to that. Yep. So while we have the chance, tomorrow night on Thursday, November 20th, there will be a football game tomorrow night in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns against Arkansas State Wolves in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And then on Friday, November 21st, there are two games on. You got Florida State at NC State in Raleigh. And then in Las Vegas, Nevada, you have Hawaii at UNLV. And then, of course, Saturday is the big time for the GameCast. GameCast is still yet to be determined. But tune in Saturday for the college football GameCast with Wolfie and whoever partners with them on Saturday. Sorry, I had to do a little plug there.
Yeah, I know that your brother is interested in doing the first game at 3:30, but I haven't made contact with Ted or D-Man to set up the full plan. So uh, I should know that by tomorrow morning. Also, programming information. Myself and D-Man will be going live on Friday evening with some women's college basketball. Number 6, Michigan, will be taking on the number 1 UConn Huskies. Gino Oriema entering his what seems like probably his 30th year of coaching the Lady Huskies. Goes a long way back. I remember the days where Gino would be squaring up with Coach Pat Summit. Some really, really good games, really good games in the past.
You
I
know,
wonder how many more years he's got left under his pocket.
not to throw a side joke in here, but Gino Arlemo has been around at UConn for so long. His first basketball squadron was 5 female Triceratops.
All right, Bradley's at the line for another set of free throws. First shot in. And second one, it also goes in. He still remains perfect at the free throw line. Score 31-29 Arizona as UConn tries to set up the offense. Arizona's under relentless pressure man defense. And we have a foul by Arizona. And it looks like Korabin is going to be going to the line for a 1-and-1. Wait a minute, they're changing it up here. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So they keep keeping the call as is. Korabin for the first shot in. UConn has 9 fouls to Arizona's 7 fouls. And second shot is missed and rebounded by Arizona. So Arizona retains the lead by 1. It's 31-30 with 3 minutes 16 seconds to go in the half. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Number 3 Del Orso shoots, misses, rebounded by Arizona. A little bit sloppy there, and we have a backcourt violation by Arizona, but they're arguing that it was tip, but I didn't see the tip. Arizona has 5 turnovers. UConn only has 1. They both still have 4 timeouts remaining. All right, UConn trying to set things up. Smith trying to find an opening. Passes it inside to Mullins and missed, and rebounded by Arizona, where Awaka goes driving in for the layup and in, making Arizona have a 33-30 lead. And UConn gets charged with reach in, and UConn will be going back to the free throw line. Excuse me, it wasn't Awaka that got the layup. It was Koa Pete that got the lay in. All right, so Alex Karavin back to the free throw line after the first 1-1. Only got one of his shots this time. Shoots and misses on the first 1-1, so they did not get any points. Arizona gets the rebound, and Arizona's back to setting up their offense. 2 minutes to go in the half. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Finds an open Aristode, number 2, and missed. And it goes out of bounds. UConn basketball. UConn passing around, trying to find an opening. Shoots the 3, misses, rebounded by UConn. And goes up for the shot, blocked, and goes out of bounds. UConn retains possession with 1:32 left on the clock and 19 seconds on the shot clock. All right, UConn, Karoma going in for the dunk and hits off the rim. So no, it does not go in. All right, so they are reviewing it. They at first said that UConn reached in, which would give Arizona. That Arizona reached in, which would give UConn points through goaltending, but they waived that off and they're looking at something else, and I'm not really sure what they're looking at. Maybe the hands to the face when Karoma was driving in. That could potentially be called a foul, and it was called a foul. Nope. They waved it off, and Arizona has the ball. Okay. All right. So no foul on the play. Arizona has the ball driving in. blocked, and last touch by Arizona, and UConn gets the possession. All right, UConn's Jalen Ross, number 23, driving up and passes to Smith. Smith goes underneath, passes to Caroma. Caroma goes up for the layup and rebounds his miss and fouled on the play. So he'll be going to the line again for another 1-and-1 attempt. All right, first shot goes in. Second shot missed and rebounded by Arizona. Carabin is now 2 for 5 at the free throw line. Arizona up 33-31, 46 seconds to go in the first half. Arizona trying to find an opening, passes underneath and stolen by UConn. UConn's driving. Smith dribbles and it was picked off by Arizona, and there is a foul on the play.
Hey, D-Man.
Hey, D-Man. All right, so number 3, Anthony Del Rosa is going to be going to the line. UConn just called a 30-second timeout.
$30. I got time for one score update then.
Go ahead.
This 30-second score update is brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description after the game cast tonight. Remember, at checkout, save 10% by using the code Sports with Wolfie. With 13:31 left to go in the second half, number 7 Michigan is beating Middle Tennessee 59-40. Wolfie, back to you.
All right. So anybody that follows basketball will remember that this game here, these two teams met in the Elite Eight in 2011, where UConn won by 2 to advance to the Final Four. All right, Arizona, De La Rosa got the first shot in, second one coming. And in score now 35-31 with 32 seconds to go in the half. UConn trying to hurry things up, trying to get it back to one possession before the half. Number 3, Stewart, trying to find an opening. Passes over to Smith. Smith drives over to the corner, brings it in for the layup, and it's in with 3 seconds to go. And Arizona will take off that last second, and it is now halftime with your score. Number 4, Arizona 35. Number 3, UConn 33. All right, so Brett, if you will, try to get us some first half stats.
Alrighty then. First off, welcome to the Dubbies halftime show, Brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order when you use the code SportsWithWolfie at checkout. All right, with the first half highlight, with the first half statistics, here we go. Leader for Arizona is Jaden Bradley with 12 points, 2 for 5 field goals, and 7 for 8 from free throws. For Connecticut, it is Solo Ball with 10 points, 3 for 7 from field goal range, 3 for 3 from field goal for free throws. With your team stats for on field goal percentage, Arizona had 41% compared to 40% for UConn. 3-point percentages. UConn had 27% of their threes, and Arizona had 25%. Turnovers. Arizona committed 8 turnovers compared to 4 turnovers for UConn, and also was 20 with rebounds, 25 rebounds compared to 13 rebounds for UConn. Free throw percentages wise, Arizona is 11 for 13 from the free throw line with an 85% free throw percentage, and UConn is 6 for 12 from free throw line with 50% free throw line. Those are your stats. Back to you, Wolf.
All right, Brett. Thank you. A little bit of hockey news here. You got the Capitals beating the Oilers 3-2. Flames over the Sabres 2-0. Let's see. It looks like at halftime, Villanova leads LaSalle 37-28. Meanwhile, that Michigan game is 61-40, if I'm looking at that correct. All right, and then
Looks like there are 4 games on tap in the NHL tonight. You got Edmonton at Washington that's currently going on. You got Calgary at Buffalo currently going on. At 8:30 p.m. tonight from St. Paul, Minnesota, you've got Carolina at Minnesota. And then from Anaheim at 9 o'clock, you got Boston at Anaheim. So those are your NHL games for tonight.
all right, and a quick update on college football. You have Central Michigan 14, Kent State 0 in the MAC conference. It's in the third quarter, it looks like. And Miami of Ohio taking on the Buffalo. Miami of Ohio has the lead 7-3. That one's 11 minutes to go until halftime.
Correction, it's actually 5:27 left in the second quarter. In Central Michigan, Chippewas 14. Kent State Golden Flashes nothing.
Okay, so yeah, the football, the ESPN on Roku's having some issues tonight. So yeah, I'll leave the football up to you there, Brett.
All right. Also, in some college football news, Dylan Raiola's brother, Dayton Raiola, has decommitted from the Nebraska Cornhuskers. He was a 3-star passer in the 2026 class, and of course, he is the younger brother of Dylan Raiola. But Wednesday morning, he announced his decommitment from the Nebraska Cornhuskers and reopened his recruitment weeks before the early signing period. Dayton Raiola is currently the number 76 pocket passer in ESPN's top 100 in the 2026 recruiting cycle. Originally, he committed to Nebraska since September 2024 when he took the Huskers over Appalachian State and Charlotte. Now, since he pulled his pledge from Nebraska, he has the 7th-ranked uncommitted pocket passer in the cycle. So that's some college football news for you, Wolfie.
All right. Now since we're on that subject, Rayola's older brother, is he a junior or a senior?
Um, Dylan, he's been in the class of 2024, so I think he might be a sophomore.
Okay, so with that being said, I smell a transfer portal situation. Because if his brother is going to decommit from Nebraska,
Let me take a look real quick. Dylan Raiola is a sophomore.
oh yeah, the whole purpose of him going to Nebraska was to play with his brother. So that tells me that there may be a transfer fixing to take place there in Nebraska.
That's going to be a blow because, well, Nebraska's got a kind of a, I don't want to say short week this week, but not this week, but next week they do because like we were talking about on Tuesday, they got that game this weekend. Nebraska does, and or no, we were talking about that for Iowa because Iowa needs to win that game against Michigan State to have momentum going into the Heroes game on Friday, on Black Friday against Nebraska in Lincoln.
Correct.
So, so if that's going to be a problem with Nebraska because of Dylan's brother decommitting, that's gonna make things very difficult, and that I don't know if that'll be a distraction for Nebraska for the Heroes game though. So
There's fixing to be a whole lot more distractions in college football in the next 2 weeks. Starting with Lane Kiffin, of course. And another one that may be lurking, may be Nick Saban, but I want to keep my mouth hush on that one just right now.
yeah, what you said. Anyway, also with some NBA scores right now, we have we have four games going on currently right now. We have the Houston Rockets beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 50-37. At halftime, the Pacers are beating the Hornets 70-54. At halftime, the 76ers are beating the Raptors 56-53. And then at the end of the first quarter, the Miami Heat are beating the Golden State Warriors 29-20. All right. So this halftime show has been brought to you by Dubby. Remember, at checkout, save 10% on your order by using this code Sports with Wolfie to save 10% on your order at checkout. We'll be right we'll be right back shortly for the second half of the Arizona UConn game. Wolfie, back to you.
All right. And just another quick reminder here, me and D-Man will be live Friday night as we do the women's college basketball. This is going to be a top 10 matchup. Number 6 Lady Michigan Wolverines taking on the number 1 team in the land, the UConn Huskies. And Gino Oriema, uh, being the head coach there for so long. So much knowledge and experience. I don't foresee them losing, but Michigan's one of those up and coming squads for women's basketball, so it will be interesting to watch. Um, that will be the highlighted play-by-play game that I will be doing. And then we may stick around for a second game, but that's still yet to remain to be seen. Um,
Oh,
Depends on how many of y'all show up. So be sure to share us out, and the more that come, the more action you will receive.
all right. We also have, as of yesterday, we have, speaking of college football, with college football news, we have the new top 25 rankings as of yesterday. Number one, the top three have remained unchanged. Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M. Georgia is now at number 4. Texas Tech is number 5. Ole Miss is number 6. Oregon is number 7. Oklahoma is number 8. Notre Dame is still number 9. Alabama is number 10. BYU is number 11. Utah is number 12. Miami is 13. Vanderbilt is 14th. USC is 15th. Georgia Tech is 16th. Texas, after that big crushing defeat at the hands of Georgia, is now 17th. Michigan is 18th. Virginia is 19th. Tennessee is 20th. Illinois is 21st. Missouri is 22nd. Houston is 23rd. Tulane is 24th. And to round it out, Arizona State is 25th. So there you go, Wolf.
Yeah, there's a few surprises to me. I did not think that Oregon should have dropped. Um, I also don't think that Georgia should have moved up. I think they should have stayed at 5th. But these committees have their favorites, and it's known who their favorites are, and they're going to make it as according to what they want as their as it goes on. So um,
So they're talking about a unique thing. It looks like the hot conference commodity this year has been the ACC because they're talking about potential matchups here. Um, they're saying if Georgia Tech were to beat Pitt on Saturday and then Virginia beats Virginia Tech next week, it would be Georgia Tech and Virginia for the ACC championship game. Now, for Miami to get into the ACC title game, the Hurricanes need to run the table. They need to have Virginia, Georgia Tech, and SMU lose their remaining games, and Duke has to lose one of their 2 final games. That would be the only way for Miami to get into the title game.
at this point, if I was Miami, I'd be more focused on winning out than trying to figure out whether I'm going to an ACC title game, because if they win out, they'll be in prime position to be one of the at-large bids for the playoffs.
Oh, so you know how we were talking about games of the week? What we were thinking about games of the week for college football this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way it's looking, we should have made USC and Oregon the game of the week because because they're saying, according to this, it's a crucial conference game that has implications for the Big Ten and an at-large berth for a bowl game, and that's the USC Oregon game.
Actually, Brett, that is my game of the week. If you go look at my thumbnail for Saturday,
Oh yeah.
that's the headliner.
Oh, so tell me this would not be an entertaining Big 12 championship game, Wolfie. If Texas Tech and BYU went out, they would play each other for the conference title. Tell me that would not be an entertaining Big 12 championship game.
Oh, no question.
Then you got Oregon and Michigan, and then if they went out, Ohio State and Indiana, they'll likely be playing for the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty much already written in stone.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, the second half of UConn versus Arizona has now started. Now let's give it back to the play-by-play voice, the howler from Tennessee, Wolfie.
All right, so Arizona has inbounded, driving it in, passes it back out, going for a three and missed. Rebound by Arizona, and already a foul on the play. It was a reach over foul by Kribis of Arizona, and that makes the possession go to UConn. Now let's remind everybody that fouls reset at halftime, so nobody's in bonus. That's the first foul of the second half. UConn goes for a three, misses, and rebounds by Arizona. Arizona setting the pick, drives in, goes in for the layup, and it is in by number 8. Katinkoff. And again, sorry if I've butchered the pronunciation, but these names are absolutely out there. UConn for a three and missed. Rebounded by Arizona. Arizona up 37-33. Driving in by Bradley. There is a foul on the play. It was a blocking foul on Silas Dim, number 2 of UConn. That's UConn's first foul of the half. Number 5, Berries for Arizona scores, making it 39-33 Arizona. Arizona's been playing full pressure man the whole game, and it's showing. Arizona gets the possession after the steal, driving, had a 3 attempt, but decided to set up the offense, passing it around, trying to find an open man down underneath. There's the layup, missed, but fouled on the play. It is Toby Owaka going to the line for Arizona for a 1-and-1. 2.5 minutes into the second half, UConn has called timeout. Arizona has the lead 39-33 with free throws pending for Arizona.
Are you in commercial break?
We are indeed.
All right, this score update brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link in the description below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to Sports with Wolfie and share it on social media or other platforms that you share it. Hey, Junebug. With 4:48 in the second half, number 7 Michigan 78, Middle Tennessee 51. That's your score update. Back to you, Wolf.
All right. So while I'm still waiting here, just programming reminder: me and D-Man will be going live on Friday with women's college basketball. Number 6 Michigan versus number 1 UConn Lady Huskies. On Saturday, it will be the game cast for football will start at 3:30 Eastern, not noon. And the first game will be the headliner game. It is USC Trojans versus the Oregon Ducks. They're off the West Coast. And then there'll be a game at 7:30. Georgia Tech versus Pitt. You also will also be covering the Tennessee Florida game during that time as well. We should be coming back from commercial break here momentarily.
You know,
Any
Arizona.
updates on football there, Brett?
Give me 1 second. Yes, we do. With 4:16 to go in the second quarter, Miami of Ohio Redhawks lead the Buffalo Bulls 7-3. With 18 seconds left to go in the second quarter, the Central Michigan Chippewas lead the Kent State Golden Flashes 14-3. Wolfie, those are your college football scoreboard updates. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Brett. All right, so far this year, Arizona's beat Florida, and they've beat uh Kentucky. UConn has beat BYU. Arizona still has 3 top 5 games, including tonight, and so does UConn. So they have a busy November ahead. All right, so Owaka was 1 for 2 at the line, making it 40-33. UConn setting up their offense, trying to find an open player down underneath. Layup attempt and fouled on the play, missed. So it looks like Parama is going to be going back to the line for UConn for the free throws. First shot, nothing but net. That makes him 2 for 6 at the free throw line, and he gets the second one to go through, making him 3 for 7. He only has 3 points tonight, so all his points has been free throws. Score now 40-35. Arizona. Arizona is trying to play hurry ball here, trying to catch UConn sleeping, but nothing doing. Arizona drives in for the layup and fouled on the play and scored. So Bradley is the one that laid it in, so he's going up for the and one, and he is perfect at the free throw line. So this is a potential 3-point play here for the Wildcats. Got up and in, makes it 43-35 Arizona. 16 minutes to go in the second half. 26 seconds on the shot clock. UConn being a little bit more conservative this drive here, trying to find an open man. Arizona still playing that pressure defense, but left a man wide open in the corner for the J, and that is number 12, Riri, with the three, making it 43-38 UConn. Eric Riri is a center, 7-foot center, and he has 10 points for the game so far. Arizona drives in, Awaka for the layup and in, making it 45-38. UConn trying to find an open man, goes for the three, misses. Ball for the three and missed. Arizona driving. And Bradley goes in for the layup and blocked, but rebounded by Arizona. Awaka goes in for the turnaround jumper, and it goes through, making the score 47-38. Arizona on top. 15:23 to go in the second half, and UConn calls their second timeout of the half, leaving them with one timeout remaining.
Hello there, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. So we are going to commercial break. Brett, I will throw it back to you, and you can do our own little commercial if you want to, or go into the score updates. I'll leave it up to you on that one.
All right, an official TV timeout as well, with 3:18 left to go in the second half. Number 7 Michigan is running away with this one, leading Middle Tennessee 81-54. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever thought about, you thinking, why are 5 guys sitting around always jib jabbing about something? You want to know what's going on in our minds? Well, on Tuesday afternoons, we have the Football Pick'em Show on the Sports with Wolfie channel, where 4 guys in the stat man, actually 5 guys in the stat man, go about reviewing picks and making picks for the week. Join our stat man, Jeff Alt, along with our panel, usually consisting of Wolfie, Ted, D-Man, and Big Papa Smurf Angel, along with yours truly, announcing and picking yours truly, Brett Alt, on the Football Pick'em Show, Tuesdays on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Also, tonight's Gamecast is brought to you by Dubby. At checkout, save 10% on your order with the code Sports with Wolfie. Again, that's 10% at checkout off your order when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. Link will be in the description after the Gamecast. Also, be kind and like and subscribe to the channel. Also, share this out on social media. Everybody at Wolfie would like that very, very much. And also, don't forget to leave comments and show your love for the channel. Now, let's throw it back to the howler of Knoxville, Tennessee, Wolfie. Back to you.
All right, Brett. Thank you. Coming up next on tonight, we may stay on briefly for a little bit of this game. It will be 11 Alabama versus number 8 Illinois, fighting Illini. You got Aiden Holloway and LeBaron Phelan from Alabama. Two phenomenal guards. That leaves Bama pretty much poised to go back to the Elite Eight. If I'm not, if it's bold for me to say, oh well. All right, UConn now inbounds it, and it looks like number 2 Silas Dims back in, trying to set up the offense. Passes it in underneath Riri and missed. Possession goes back to Arizona. Number 5, Braden Burries drives in for the layup and in by Arizona, giving Arizona an 11-point lead, 49-38, 14:41 to go in the second half. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Number 11, Caraba drives in and does a turnaround jumper to give UConn 2 points, making it 49-40. Arizona driving in and scored by Koa Pete, making the score 51-40. $13:54 left. 16 seconds left on the shot clock for UConn. Trying to find an open man. Ball drives in, turnaround jumper missed. Arizona gains possession. Throws deep, passes laid in by Bradley on the play, making it 53-40. Arizona is on a 10-2 run in the last 2 minutes, 45 seconds. 13 minutes to go in the second half. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Dim is trying to set up and shoot and scores, making it 53-42. 12:58 to go in the second half. 18 left on the shot clock. Pete shoots for Arizona, misses, rebounded by UConn. Ball trying to set up looking for an open man. Pick is set, nothing doing, passes it back out, and a shot missed by Stewart. Arizona rebounds and drives it and goes up for the layup and blocked by UConn. And the ball goes flying into the stands. It looks to be still in Arizona's possession. That block was by Eric Riri, the center. Arizona inbounds and steps out of bounds on the inbound. Bad mistake there by Arizona, giving UConn the ball. Score still 53-42. 12 minutes to go in the second half. 24 seconds on the shot clock. 23. Jaden Ross passes and an open Ross again gets the pass back and scores the 3 in the corner, bringing the game just ever so slightly closer as 53-45. Arizona basketball. Arizona trying to find an opening. Open in the corner for a 3 and missed. And UConn's driving. UConn trying to set up another open shot. Drives in for the layup and fouled on the play. Let's see here. Aristode was fouled, and looks like Dim was the one that fouled him. And it will be UConn's possession, but timeout on the court. With the score, number 4, Arizona 53, UConn 42. And we are now back to commercial break, and I'm going to toss it back to Brett while I wet my whistle.
All right. Hello there, Buckeye. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody in the chat. Make sure to like and subscribe to Wolfie's channel and share us out on social media and other platforms where you share your stuff. We currently have a game that just went final as we hit the timeout. Number 7 Michigan has defeated Middle Tennessee 86-61. That is a final score in college basketball tonight. Currently, checking up on our college football games tonight. The Miami of Ohio Redhawks are leading the Buffalo Bulls 17-3 with 1:43 in the second quarter. In our other game, at halftime, the Central Michigan Chippewas are leading the Kent State Golden Flashes 14-3. Remember, tonight's Gamecast and all score updates are brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% at checkout on your order by using the code Sports with Wolfie. Again, use Sports with Wolfie at checkout to save 10% on your order by Dubby. Also, you ever wondered what 5 guys are thinking and talking about when they sit around the table? Well, that's what the show Football Pick'ems does on Tuesdays, where we take 4 or 5 guys and a stat man, go over picks, previous week picks, and talk about who we think was going to win by and how much. Also with our new official stat man on the panel. So join Wolfie, D-Man, Angel, Ted, and our stat man Jeff Alt, and of course yours truly, the announcer and picker Brett Alt, on the Football Pick'em Show Tuesdays on the Sports with Wolfie channel. With that being said, if he's back, let's throw it back to Wolfie. Wolfie, back to you.
All right, thank you, Brett. It should be Arizona's basketball as we come off of this commercial break here. Arizona field goal wise in the first half was 11 for 27. Currently in the second half, they're 8 for 23. So they're not as accurate, it seems like, in this half. But of course, UConn has been presenting a lot of pressure this half, where Arizona was laying the heat defensively in the first half. Now, it does look like they did review and gave the possession back to UConn. So UConn rebounded, shot, and missed. And now it's officially Arizona's basketball. Getting full court pressure by UConn as Arizona's trying to drive in. The center, number 13. Excuse me, number 13. It's Krivis. the Croatian that was trying to drive it in, missed, and it went back to UConn. UConn Smith lays it in for two, bringing the gap a little bit closer. It's 53-47. 10 minutes to go in the second half. 23 on the shot clock. UConn's home court advantage is starting to take effect here. Crowd getting into it. You can sense a little bit of a momentum shift. All right, Silas Dim for UConn just had another foul. He's going to the sideline for a little bit. Arizona inbounds and shoots instantly. Scored by number 3, Del Orso. Score now 55-47 with 9 minutes 39 seconds remaining. 16 seconds on the shot clock for UConn. Ball drives in, jumper for two, making the score 55-49. Arizona trying to drive in, jumper and in by Bradley, and looked like there was a foul on the play, but refs have not said anything. If it is a foul, Bradley's going to be going to the line for an and one. But if they didn't call it, then it's UConn basketball. Okay, so they waved off the foul, and it is UConn basketball, 55-49, with 9 minutes and 4 seconds to go, 21 seconds on the shot clock. This half, Arizona has 5 fouls. UConn has 4 fouls, so we're nearing the bonus for Arizona. So UConn would be going to the line if any foul occurred past the 6th foul. UConn down underneath and getting relentless pressure by Arizona. Shot and fouled, but the shot didn't go in, so UConn's going to go up for two. The one going to the line is Karama. Karama is 1 for 4. Now 1 for 5. He just missed. Another shot pending. And it's up and in. So he's now 2 for 6 at the free throw line. Score 55-50. Arizona basketball. 8:46 to go. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. And now UConn is on a 10-2 run in the last 4 minutes and 38 seconds. All right, ball was tipped out of bounds by UConn. Arizona retains possession inbounds from the from their own half of the court. Driving in, shoots, misses, but fouled on the play is okay. It's the hard name here. Karchenkov going to the line for two. First shot up and missed. Second shot is in, giving Arizona a 6-point lead, 56-50. UConn setting up the offense, 8:25 to go, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Ball throwing up a jumper, and it's in, making the score 56-52. 56-52, 8:05 to go, 23 seconds on the shot clock. Arizona trying to drive it in. Nothing doing, passes it back out. And tries to drive it in, misses, and gives it back to UConn. UConn trying to set up the open man, and number 0, Smith, for the 3, misses and gives the ball back to Arizona. 7:32 to go in the game. 22 seconds on the shot clock. All right, and we have a timeout on the court. And your score, number 4, Arizona 56. Number 3, UConn at home, down by 4 at the commercial break. Hey,
Alrighty.
Beanie.
Alrighty, this score update brought to you by Dubby. Remember, at checkout, save 10% on your order when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. With 13 seconds left in the second quarter in college football, there's no number, sorry. The Miami of Ohio Redhawks 17, Buffalo Bulls 10. And just getting started in the third quarter, Central Michigan Chippewas 14, Kent State Golden Flashes 3. Also, there is besides Alabama and Illinois tonight, there is another game that's probably not as important, but it is a ranked game tonight. It is number 22 Auburn at home against winless Jackson State in Auburn tonight. So that's all I got. Back to you, Wolfie.
Well, actually, let's take a look at the women's basketball. I just seen some interesting numbers.
Okay, let me.
You got number 2 South Carolina versus Winthrop, and you
102 to
have
54.
102 to 54. That's what I thought I saw. And then you have Texas, I think it is, taking on.
You want me just to rattle off the scores?
Go for it.
All right. In women's college basketball tonight, earlier in the day, number 8 Oklahoma faced East Texas A&M. Oklahoma with a huge win, 112 to 59. Also, NC State played Coastal Carolina. The Lady Wolfpack get the win, 71 to 58. Game's currently going on right now. With 52 seconds left in the second quarter, number 21 Louisville women 47 to 18 over Morehead State. Also at halftime, number 4 Texas women 48 James Madison 22. With 4:20 left to go in the fourth quarter, the St. John's women 58, number 18 Oklahoma State 51. With 2:48 left in the third quarter, number 17 Vanderbilt women, the Lady Commodores 60, and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 36. And of course, this is no surprise. Number 2 South Carolina takes on the Winthrop Eagles as South Carolina is winning 106-56. Wolfie, back to you.
All right, so we came back off a break just a second ago as we were getting the final scores there. Arizona Bradley scores a lay in for another two for Arizona, making it 58-52. UConn shot a three and missed by ball. And it looks like it's out on UConn, which may make it Arizona's basketball, but they are taking a quick look at this real quick. Both teams are at 6 fouls apiece. So the next one will be bonus for both teams. Arizona has 3 timeouts remaining to UConn's 1 timeout remaining. There's 6:39 to go in the game, 20 seconds on the shot clock if things stand as is. They're still reviewing. All right. So from what I saw was correct. Ball last touched it with the fingertips and it went out of bounds, and it gives Arizona the basketball. So it's 6:37 to go. 26 seconds on the shot clock. And officially, both teams are in bonus because there was a foul on each team on that play. All right. So Karchenkov was driving in, tried to lay it in, missed, and gave it back to UConn. UConn possession. 6:03 to go. UConn trying to find an opening, passing around. Ball takes the possession, passes it over to Riri to center for the three, missed, and Arizona retains possession and fouled on the play, and Arizona goes to the line for a 1-and-1. Foul was on Silas Dim, number 2 for UConn. That's his third foul of the game. Pete was the one going to the line, missed the 1-and-1 and UConn rebounds. 5:33 to go in the second half, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Ball trying to find an open gap. Couldn't. Passes it. Smith. Smith down to Riri and lays it in for two for UConn, making the score 58-54. 5 minutes, 9 seconds to go. 21 seconds on the shot clock for Arizona. Pete passes to Kirchenshoff and back over to Pete. Pete turnaround jumper misses and it goes back to UConn. And the arena erupts. Number 11, Caraba for a 3-and-in for UConn, making it a one possession game. It's 58-57, Arizona. Timeout, Arizona. This may be a 30-second timeout. 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go.
Oh, I'm still here. I just got nothing to report.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if it's just a 30-second timeout. Yeah, this is just a quick 30-second timeout. So foul trouble. Arizona has 2 players with 3 fouls. UConn has Silas Dim with 4, Eric Revery with 3, Dwayne Caroma with 3, and Ball with 3. And 5 fouls, you're fouled out. So UConn's panicking at this point. Arizona driving. Bradley passes it over to Ross for the layup and in. Excuse me, Krivis for the layup and in, making it 60-57 Arizona with 3:57 to go in the game. UConn wide open for the 3. 3 points by was that Caroma? Looked like Caroma. But the score's tied up at 60 with 3 minutes, 31 seconds to go. And UConn has the basketball, folks. UConn's arena is going nuts. All right, UConn passes it back out to the 3-point line, trying to find an open man. And shot up and in by Stewart, giving UConn the 62-60 lead with 2:52 to go in the game. And Arizona, Pete just got in a jumper to tie it back up at 62 apiece. All right, Riri the ball for UConn. Back over to Riri. Riri passes to Smith. Smith for the jumper and in, making it 64-62. UConn with the lead. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Timeout, Arizona. And this is a full timeout. So, Brett, back to you for a few scores, please.
All righty then. All right. Sorry, that's probably my worst Jim Carrey impression. At halftime, Miami of Ohio's Redhawks 17, Buffalo Bulls 10. And with 8:43 in the third, 8:05 in the third quarter, Central Michigan Chippewas 14, Kent State Golden Flashes 3. Remember, tonight's Gamecast and all the score updates are brought to you by Dubby. Remember to save 10% on your order at checkout by using the promo code Sports with Wolfie. Also, let's say hello to all the people in the chat tonight who've stopped by. Hello and thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Also, do us a favor, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so, and share this out on social media. We really appreciate it. Also, tune in on Tuesdays for the Football Pick'em Show, where me, Wolfie, and a bunch of other people go over football picks, reviews, and make picks for the week and talk football. That is just a reminder to go for the football pick'em show on Tuesdays on the Sports with Wolfie channel. Also, don't forget there's another basketball gamecast this Friday night as Wolfie and D-Man are doing women's college basketball. So don't forget to tune in for that on Friday night. Also, Saturday afternoon at 3:30, there will be a college football gamecast as we get to see a Big Ten implication game between USC and Oregon. With that being said, let's throw it back to the Howler of Knoxville, Tennessee, Wolfie. Back to you.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I can't do it either. With 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the game, score number 3, UConn 64, number 4, Arizona 62.
Wow, UConn. I'm surprised UConn's playing good because they don't have their top scorer and rebounder, Terrace Reed Jr. tonight.
Correct.
Is he injured or something?
Actually, I think he got in trouble in the last game.
Ah. Anyway, looks like your game's back on.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to inbound. Arizona is inbounding. Arizona's trying to looks like they're trying to be a little bit more careful with the ball right now. Trying to pass it in. Tries to lay it in and missed, but fouled on the play. And it's probably one of their worst free throw shooters. It is Koa Pete to the line. First shot didn't even make it to the rim. So first shot missed. Second shot coming. Shot up and in. So it's now a 1-point game. UConn's up 64-63 with a minute 43 to go. 24 seconds left on the shot clock. UConn passing around. Ball trying to shoot a three, misses, and Arizona rebounds. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to find the gap. Shoots by Bradley, misses, but rebounded by Kravis, and lays it in and scores 65-64 Arizona with 1 minute remaining. 17 seconds on the shot clock. UConn passes around, trying to find an opening. Ball tries to go in for the layup, and oh, excuse me, no, it was not Ball this time. It was Silas Diem going in for the layup and misses. It looks like the ball, as he was going up for the layup, rolled out of his hand and it went out of bounds. Arizona basketball with Arizona having the lead. Arizona 65, UConn 64, 43 seconds to go. $22 seconds on the shot clock. They could take it down to about 10 seconds to go here, and they're just taking their time, trying to set an opening here. Bradley takes it in for the layup and scores. Arizona's up by 3 at 67-64 with 14 seconds left on the clock. And UConn takes their final timeout with 13.3 seconds left. And this is a 30-second timeout.
Just so the people are just aware, Jackson State and number 22 Auburn have just kicked off. And they pushed the Alabama-Illinois game back to 8:15 my time.
Right. So
No
UConn
change.
has. Go ahead, Brett.
No change in the college football games. Back to you.
All right. So UConn has 8 fouls, no timeouts left. Arizona has 6 fouls with 1 timeout left. Looks like the leading scorers right now is Eric Reeby with 15 points and solo ball for UConn. And then Bradley for Arizona is the top scorer there. Free throws, Arizona's 15 for 21 at the line, and UConn is 9 of 16. All right, let's see here. So UConn inbounds to Silas Dim driving in. Pass to Reeve. Reeve for the jumper misses, but fouled on the play. And that was that UConn's acting like that's a dagger because they were trying to get a 3-point play there, but nothing doing. First shot by Reeve missed by UConn with another shot pending. And second shot missed and rebounded by Arizona, fouled instantly. 6.7 seconds to go as Arizona goes to the line. Well, Brad, it looks like this one is probably over.
Yeah, that game was back and forth all night.
If
But
Arizona gets any extra point, it'll be a 2-score game with 6 seconds to go. That's why I'm saying it's pretty much over. But it's Toby Owaka up to the free throw line, and he is a 50% free throw shooter. This is a 1-1. And the shot's in. It's 68-64, 2-score game now with 6.7 seconds to go. And second shot, nothing but net. He was 2 for 2 at the line there. UConn just takes it and tries to get it as quick as they can up to the line for a 3. And wow. Silas Dim got the 3-pointer with a 1.4 seconds to go. And fouled. So Arizona's going to the free throw line. Up by 2 at 69-67. And UConn's Eric Reeby is fouled out of the game. And right now they're reviewing the clock to see exactly how much time is left because after the foul, it looked like it went down to .8, but I don't know. It looks like it should be about 1.2 seconds.
hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1.2 seconds, or it should be, anyways.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
All right, so Waka's at the line. First shot in. If he makes a second one, it will be a two possession game again, and that will do it. And it's in. It's 71-67. Arizona over UConn. 0.8 seconds to go. And they took a last second prayer shot, which wasn't going to do nothing anyways. And that is your final number 4. Arizona Wildcats knock off the number 3 UConn Huskies 71-67. So, with that said, if you would provide us some statistics for the game there, Brett.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do an inter post game show for now. The, the Welcome to the Dubby post game show, brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout when you use the code Sports with Wolfie. All right, Wolfie. Here are the stats for the game. The leading scores for each team. Jaden Bradley for Arizona led the Arizona Wildcats with 21 points, 6 for 13 from field goal range, and 8 for 9 from free throw range. Eric Reeby for Connecticut leads the UConn Huskies with 15 points, 6 for 10 from field goals, and 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Here are your stats for tonight. Field goal percentages 46% for Arizona compared to 45% for UConn. 3-point percentages 32% for UConn compared to 20% for Arizona. Arizona has committed 10 turnovers compared to 5 for UConn. For Arizona has 43 rebounds compared to 23 rebounds for UConn. Free throw percentages tonight. Arizona is 19 from 25 out of 25 for 76% free throw percentage tonight, while UConn is only 9 of 18 for 50%. Wolfie, those are your stats for the game. Back to you.
All right, so the Illinois Alabama game has just got started. Illinois jumps ahead. And this is, I'll be honest with you, this is pretty much a home game for Illinois because they're playing at the home of the Chicago Bulls. They're literally playing on the Bulls arena.
The United Center.
Right, but I'm saying they actually have the Chicago Bulls court
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Usually, when it's a neutral site game, they will put out a like a NCAA style court, but it's rare to see NBA court still.
Mm-hmm. True.
Illinois is up 4-0. Alabama trying to post up a three. Wow, that was almost from the half court line. Who in the heck done that one?
Hmm. Now we're not
Oh
commentating this game, right?
no, 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 no. That yeah, it was Philibin. Philibin for that near half court three. There ain't enough really listening to do a whole second game. So I think going into the post game was the best option there, Brett.
Yep.
Um, so just an additional thought here. Um, I want to run down the programmings, and you can do the last second advertisements, and then you'll go in. You can go into the closing. So on Friday, me and D-Man will be doing the women's college basketball top 10 matchup between number 6 Michigan and the number 1 Lady UConn Huskies. And on Saturday, starting at 3:30, we will have the USC versus Oregon Duck. They're off the West Coast. And that's the premier game of the week for football. Monday is still up in the air, but I'm still planning on doing a NFL cat style panel like I did this last week. That will be Monday at 8. And then, of course, our weekly Tuesday production. Now, just a passing thought on that. It's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern on Tuesdays. It's going to be the official time for the rest of the year. If you have parlays or doing any type of over under anything like that, that's one reason why you'd want to tune into that. You can also catch the replay after it posts to the channel as well. But with that being said, Brett, I'll let you do the final advertisements and close us out.
Thank you, Wolfie. You have been listening to the Dubby Post Game Show with Brett and Wolfie, brought to you by Dubby. Save 10% on your order at checkout by using the code Sports with Wolfie. The link will be in the description below at the end of this Gamecast. That wraps it up for tonight's Gamecast. For the Howler of Knoxville, Wolfie, this is Brett Alt saying good night and goodbye.